Fizzle Fam, and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be doing a bit different of a video. It's kind of going to be like a bit of an update video, but then also like my history on Star Stable, since I've been playing Star Stable for around 3 years. So I'm going to kind of fill you guys in on how I started playing the game and my club history that I've been in and all that fun stuff. For those of you who are new, let me introduce myself. My name is Izzy Fireball. My in-game name is Isabel Firefall. I am located on the North American server Hazy Galaxy. I currently own my own club, which is called Storm Runners. We are brand new. We are a dressage based club. We are also co-owned by Paige Brayfield, aka Alpha. Some of you might know her. So anyways, let's just jump right in. So on November 15th, 2015, I began playing the game. I had a horse named Firebeam, who is my starter horse. Started playing the game with him. And so at the beginning, I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just kind of like your noob, but I reached level 5 very quickly. I also heard about the games. At my barn, there were 2 of my friends who were talking about it, and I was like, ooh, it's a horse game. That sounds pretty cool. And that was kind of the beginning of the end. So then from there, I just kind of continued on with the game. It just kind of became a big part of my life. I got a lifetime star rider from my grandparents. It was like written on a piece of paper. It's like, this is for your lifetime star rider. I remember just being so thrilled and so ready to move on from just riding my starter horse, Firebeam. So then from there, I remember that night going home and purchasing an American paint horse who goes by the name of Echo. His full name is Fire Echo. He was named after the horse that I was riding at the time. And then I was originally just gonna wait and get a different horse later on. I ended up getting a Jorvik pony whose name is Firefly. I barely ride him now because I don't really ride my ponies that much. So then later on, a few months passed, and I had just purchased my Frisian, who originally I was gonna name Iceheart, but she's a black Frisian, and so I was like, this name doesn't really fit her. And I had this whole outfit planned out for when I was gonna get her and everything, and I was very excited for when I finally got her, and I finally unlocked Epona. So then from there, I joined Shady Troopers. That was kind of my first official club. So once I joined Shady Troopers, we had some club activities. I had a bunch of fun, and I was also close with the owner of that club. I was on a call, and they were just joking around about like clubs or whatever, and they were like, oh, what is this Iron Champions club? They seem so high maintenance and whatever, so strict, and they were just joking around, and I was like, oh, I went up to somebody and I was like, oh, who's the owner of your club? Like, the owner is Sasha Skyheart. And it was like, okay. Like, how do I get in? Just mail her for an application. So I mailed her, and surprisingly, I managed to get in to the club. And I wrote a letter to Shady Troopers about like why I was leaving and whatever. It was weird. But anyways, I then joined Iron Champions in the original generation, and I absolutely adored the club at the time. I didn't really know anybody, but I made so many friends that I still know today. For example, Christelle Greensmith, aka Green or Greeny. She and I have known each other, for a long time now. Claire Goldward, and then there's like Elena Shy Forest. I just met so many people, and that was kind of the beginning to everything that I did dressage wise, because I never really knew about Star Stable dressage until then, and then from there it was just like this whole new experience. So that was kind of the beginning of my Star Stable career, doing really anything. So once I was in Iron Champions, I was in that for I think only a few weeks. I was kind of at home. I made some friends that I still know today. Like I said, it was definitely an amazing experience. So yeah, then from there, Iron Champion banned, and it was just like this big mess. So then for a while, I was friends with Camilla Moonbrook and Alexandra Lightning Paw, who I am no longer friends with. And yeah, but I then was in the club Iron Protectors for a long period of time. It was just kind of a group of us that had gotten really close from the club and didn't want to lose contact even though the club was banned. I was in that club for a while, and then there was like these little bits and pieces of drama that went down, and I absolutely hate drama. So yeah, I was in that club for a while, and then eventually I moved on, and I owned my own club called Silver Bullets Legacy, I believe. And I know it sounds a lot like the club Shady Bullets Legacy, but I honestly didn't even know Cody at the time. I didn't even know that his club was a thing, so it is not copied off of that. So like, I owned my club for a couple weeks, and then there was this rumor about Iron Champions coming back, and so of course this is a couple months later. But at the time, I was like, oh yes, this club was my home, this club is like my family, and I want to go back into this club because I loved it so much. and I knew that I wanted like a break from clubs and dressage before I like officially like was ready to like commit to another hardcore dressage club like Iron Champions. But instead of doing that, I applied for the club, joined on April 20th, the very first time. It was definitely something that I am so happy I did. I actually was only in the club for a few days because, of course, like I had predicted, Sasha was going to be bringing Iron Champions back, and she did. So there was a post up about how old members could join the club, and I was an old member. I was one of the first people to join back to the club. So I joined, and at the time I was considered a high rank. I called with Sasha a few times, and Sasha and I we've gone through a couple things, but she's definitely such a strong and amazing person. I was in Iron Champions, and I helped welcome all the new members into the club, to the new generation, and that's where I met so many of the amazing people that I know today, which is weird for me to say because there was some drama that went down in that club. I'm not really going to talk about it because it's kind of in the past and it's not really anybody's business. That's where I met Melanie Shadow Hope, aka Mo. That's where I met Cody. That's where I like officially met Moosey, aka Shy, aka Elena. I just met so many people in that club, and I managed to get close with so many people in that club because of that new generation. That club only lasted for a few weeks, unfortunately, and I had also begun to begin a friendship with the owner of the Iron Barons Nation, Grace Sprayfeather. It was really weird because after I left her club, most of the time what happens is like people are like, oh, you left my club, I don't want to be friends with you anymore. But Grace was so mature about it. She was like, oh yeah, don't be afraid to say hi if you see me around or whatever. So I was like, okay. I had taken pictures of the club while I was in the club, and I edited them for her, and that weirdly sparked our friendship. I really don't know what kind of led it to that, because like out of all the I don't really know, but that kind of got our friendship officially going. And yeah, Sasha was just like feeling like the competition was big, I think, between the clubs, or one of the owners did, and so like I guess like I don't know, but basically stuff happened between the two clubs, and one of the two got banned at the time. So then from there I was talking with Grace by the time the club banned, Grace and I had begun to get really close. So my original plan was to leave Iron Champions and go join Iron Baron Nation with Grace, but instead of that happening, Cody and I made a club called Silver Arrows Legacy, which did not last very long, unfortunately, just because it just didn't do as well as we had hoped it would. And then once Cody's club banned, Cody went on a break from Star Stable for a bit, and I went off and joined Iron Barons Nation. And that club legitimately changed my life. I was in a club with my best friend, and somewhere in between the time that I was, I think, in Iron Champions, Grace and I got our picture, which is a huge inspiration for many of my edits. I'll kind of put those all up on the screen. Yeah, I would really not know where I would be without her today. But yeah, that was our very first call, whenever that was a long time ago. So she and I was in that club for around 3 or 4 months. It was legitimately my home club. I would not want to be anywhere else. But that club changed my life for the better. I have met so many amazing people through that club. I met Tomato there, who's one of my best friends. From there, I was in Iron Barons Nation for a long period of time, and I met so many amazing people. I met literally everybody I knew today. I met Alpha there, who's the co-owner of this club. I met Goldie there. I met who else did I meet there? I got to re-meet Green. Green and I got to connect, and I remember the first time I joined, Green was like, Izzy, and I was like, hi, and it was just so exciting to reconnect with old friends. And so that club I was in, and then eventually some stuff went down that is more in the past now, and I don't really feel comfortable talking about it. When that club banned, Grace and I tried to bring it back like where it was, but it was not going to make it, and so Grace needed to take a break from Star Stable to kind of regroup, and so she did. So eventually, once Grace banned, I attempted to bring back Silver Bullet's Legacy. It just didn't work. I kind of was hopping around clubs at the time, trying to just like find my next home club, which was really hard because nothing was going to replace Iron Barons Nation. I owned my club, and then I joined Golden Foxes United for a very short period of time, and then I joined Shady Bullets, and eventually like Grace started to come back from her break, and she was like, do you want to join Northern Barons with me? And so we got recommended by one of my really close friends, Mars. That is another club that I will never forget. That club basically changed my life. I was in that club for a few months. I actually am still to this day really close with Sorty, who is the owner of the amazing club Northern Barons. And she's legitimately an amazing person, and all of you should just love Sorty. She's such a sweetheart. Yeah, I was in that club for a while, and then they decided to move to Hazy. And at the time I was not ready. I stayed behind and I joined the club Red Steeds. This is kind of more recent. Red Steeds was like one of the closer clubs to IBN. It was more like an advanced dressage club. It was what I liked. And so I was in that club for a few weeks, and then Grace texted me being like, do you want to help us bring IBN back or something like that? Except like we kind of changed it around a bunch, and I was like, of course. And so they were both trapped off of Nightstar because Nightstar has been closed for a long time now, and so I had to move servers to Hazy Galaxy along with everybody else in the world did. But yeah, I finally moved to Hazy, and it's basically like Nightstar because all of the same people that I was friends with on Nightstar had already moved, and so Grace and I are now on the same server together. I was in Platinum Riders Division actually a couple weeks ago, and I just recently left due to some disagreements between myself and the owner. Was ready to own my own club basically, and I had gotten that chance to feel like I owned Platinum Riders Division for some time, and so yeah. And then somewhere along the way, so from there, kind of back to present time, I own my own club now called Storm Runners, and all of my friends are on this server, and thank God for Alpha and Belle. I really don't know what I would do without them. They have helped me run this club for like all the days that I am just in a mood and I need a break, or all the days that one of us needs a break. We just are a team. That's kind of my history. I met so many amazing people through everything that I've been through online, and I've learned so much about so many people. It's like you never expect online would change you until it does. But all in all, I absolutely adore this game. I adore all the people that I've met. I adore literally everybody. Everybody's so amazing. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I actually really enjoyed making it. I enjoyed just talking to you guys about kind of what I've been through. And like, yeah, there's been some serious drama between me and another club and there are people that I used to call myself really close with, but I just learned, like, be careful who you trust, and a lot of my online skills have actually come in handy in my real life skills. It's made me more aware, and it's just been such a good part. And I can also have actually been able to use some of my online dressage moves like pre-loop or pre-canter in my riding in real life, which has been such a huge help and definitely helped my riding, which is hard to believe, but it's been helpful. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, I actually adored making this video, and I love talking. I just love being able to like open up and talk about my history on Star Stable. And yeah, let me know if you have any other video ideas. I have a video that should be coming out pretty soon. I'm not going to say anything yet, but your hint is black and white. If you know what it is, take a comment down below. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. I love you guys. Bye, Fizzle Fam.
You don't know me, don't you think that I get lonely? It gets dark inside my head. Check my pulse, and if I'm dead, you owe me.